Guten Tag, mes amis, wie geht's? Immer Dieter, ich bin Dieter. So, don't make promises you don't intend to keep. So, my friend Gary from Missouri mentioned that he loved the sound of this guitar. And he'd like to hear it more. And you know what? I agree with him. And I said on the last video I did, I think something like, hey, but why aren't you playing that good guitar you got? So the two most overlooked things when you buy guitars that people like me that recommend guitars fall short of this too. These are probably the two most important things, are the width of the nut and the fingerboard, okay, at where it joins the headstock. And that, of course, relates to the width at the bridge and comfort. So the size of your hands and your body size. So if you've got a good guitar that you're just not enjoying the way you should, probably it's one of those two things. It's probably not comfortable. One of the reasons I have these John Pierce armrests and recommend them so much, it adds to the comfort level. You'll play it more. And the other thing, probably the most important thing, and I don't know why I didn't consider this when I was younger. I wish I would have, because I probably would have still gotten similar guitars to what I had, but I might have had different things just because I could have gotten guitars with wider necks. And I think I've said in other videos, money being no object. If I had the money now, I'd probably take about 7 or 8 of my guitars and have, I wish, the same necks built, just with a wider fretboard and a nut, because it makes a difference. So let's get scientific about this, shall we? I couldn't find a small ruler. I only have this yardstick, so let's measure the nut at this Larrivee here. Data, you're nuts. Yeah, I know, it's nuts. So, let's see what it is. It is difficult to do. I was looking for a small ruler, but I couldn't find it. So this is between 1 and 1 and it looks like 1 and 5/8 and 1 and 11/16. So that's pretty narrow for Dieter, and Dieter's going to show you why, because Dieter has a caliper here, and Dieter's fingers, the widths at the tips are they're around 5/8 of an inch. So multiply that by 4. So I said before, big hands. So now I'm not going to get rid of this thing because it plays well. But my point being, and it is one of my best sounding guitars. Now I have to be very diligent when I play this. I have to cramp my hands together because I'm used to playing my finger style on my nylons, which gives me more room. So I just wanted to show you this briefly. I'm going to play this more though, because I realized how much I like it. And the thing is, so that might be You know, it's one of the reasons I don't like the Taylor GS Mini. I got nothing personal against it, but to me, it's a 6-string jumbo ukulele. I don't have a ukulele. And this neck, although it's really nice, man, I wish it was wider. So, should I get rid of it? No, because I can deal with it. But it does it limit me? Yes, it does, and it limits the ease, or it makes if I play this guitar, which I love. If I play that, I have to really concentrate, which is maybe not a bad thing for me, but it is physically more difficult for me to play that than one with a wider nut and fingerboard. So that's why I go to my Boucher and my Breedlove. But I love this thing. On stage, I prefer it. Plugged in, I think this Larravee's my best guitar. Personally, I like the oomph it gives. Got a really good rosewood. It's powerful. It's a cannon. You've heard that expression before. It's a cannon. It really is. And I love it, and that's why I'm not going to get rid of it. But my advice is when you're taking advice, and that's why I always say close your eyes. This has a beautiful neck. The feel of the neck is beautiful. But it's small. It feels small in my hands. Look, thin. So I'm not going to reshape that because I said if the neck was too thick, I could reshape it, and if it had a wider nut, I wouldn't have to do anything. But I can't. The only way I could make that guitar be easier for me would be I'd have to get a whole new neck and fingerboard. Yeah. If I had my own shop, I probably would. I like a challenge. I would probably undertake that thing. So my advice for people is, especially if you're just starting out, take some of us people who have made these mistakes, or not really mistakes, but I wouldn't call it a mistake buying this guitar, but like in a perfect world, if I would have had the option to say, can I get it with a I don't know, whatever, I call it 1.8 inches, whatever that is. And there are guitars, there are guitars that you can get with wider necks. So if you have big hands like me, that's what you do. If you have smaller hands, you don't need to worry about it. And the other thing is, armrests are essential. So 2 biggest things I think that are overlooked when people I've seen recommending buying guitars. First of all, they're trying to sell what they have, especially if they own a shop. If they're a Martin dealer, a Taylor dealer, that's what they're going to try and sell you on. That may be best for them. That's not best for you. That may not be best for you. So it's for you. And what's the point in saying, oh, I got a $5,000 Martin or Taylor or Boucher or whatever, if you're not going to play it? And the reason you're not playing it is not because you don't want to play it, but it's because it's just not comfortable for you. Whether it's too big a guitar or too small a guitar, right? So that's the thing. So don't be swayed by that. You have to be swayed by how it feels. And that's why I always say, you close your eyes. You feel the guitar. Does it feel comfortable? And is the neck comfortable? Is this and that comfortable? That's what's important. And the other thing I hear that, and most people say this is their number one thing for buying a guitar, which should be the last thing, is how does it look? Well, amazing me, check this out. When you're playing a guitar, especially if you're not looking at your guitar. So do you really care that much how it looks? Any well-made guitar will probably look good. So I don't know. I just think if those are your criteria, give your head a shake, because no. Feel and the width, how it fits your hand and how it sounds. So comfort, sound, playability, which includes the size of your hands and your arms and your body type. That's what's important. Happy plucking.